Holidays-nale நம்ம GT Holidays தான் South India's #1 travel brand.
Learn from over 250 musical courses from 6 different genres. Visit bmusician.com.
மருத்துவத்துறை சார்ந்த படிப்புகளுக்கு விநாயகா மிஷன் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் அலைட் ஹெல்த் சயின்சஸ் சென்னை, சேலம், புதுச்சேரி.
Tamil art cinema is not really a fully developed entity. Do you feel that you're narrowing the scope of your audience?
Yeah, I do.
Hello, Sanjay Narayanan.
Hello.
Welcome to Galatta Plus.
I'm very happy to be here, sir.
Just to clarify,
Yeah.
you're the director of maalaineramallipoo, which is now playing on AHA.
Yes, I am.
You started writing it when you were 20.
Yeah.
You made it when you were 21.
Yep.
And now you are the ripe old age of 22.
Yes.
Yes. So, is this some kind of Tamil cinema record?
I don't know. Is it? Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I started writing when I was 20, and then I turned 21 during when I was shooting the film. Right. Yeah. 10 days post the shoot, I turned 21. And we celebrated when we were shooting and all that. Now I'm 22. Yeah.
Right. Now, most people your age, and I'm really stereotyping here, most people your age, they would say, let's go out and make a hero-centric and a more commercial movie. You've chosen to make a heroine-centric, let's say a kind of a off-mainstream movie.
Yeah.
Are you making a statement here about who you are, or is this just the story that clicked in your mind and you said, I need to make the story?
Right. So it's both of it, all right? I definitely want to stand out from the films that are usually coming out. That is definitely there, and also it is the kind of films that I like. I enjoy watching classics, and I go to a lot of film festivals. So these are the films that I enjoy, and these are the films that I want to see as well. So I'm the first audience for my film, so it's personal, and then it becomes public. So
Right. What are the kind of films that you like watching? Just name some.
probably like some films from Barry Jenkins. Um, who's the guy who did Florida Project? Sean
Yeah.
Sean Baker, yeah. Scorsese, Mani Ratnam, and Tyagarajan Kumaraja. A little bit of Tarkovsky, classics there, here and there.
Yeah, but when you're talking about somebody like Mani Ratnam, that's not really that zone,
No,
right?
it's not, but
Yeah.
I do enjoy those films. Films that usually play in the festivals. I go to a lot of festivals, but I don't really know the names. I recently saw this film called The Man Who Sold His Skin. Films like that. Those films which, it's personal, yet there's something unique about films, right? Those kind of films.
Right.
Those are the kind of films that I enjoy personally.
Right.
And
So you enjoy films that have a very distinct voice.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, and I want to say that this film of yours, maalaineramallipoo, which is, again, I'm just plugging it so that people know that it's on AHA. It's definitely has a very unique voice, and I want to come to that. How does someone so young, and again, this is a generalization, but I want you to explain your point of view. You get so deeply into the psyche of a sex worker,
Yeah.
right? How does this happen? I mean, in the sense of when you're writing, of course, that is the fundamental of writing. The whole point of writing is the ability to put yourself in other people's shoes,
yeah.
so to speak, and be that character.
Yeah.
But it's easier when, let's say, it's a character closer to you.
Right.
Like maybe like a college-going
Yeah,
person
yeah,
or
I
something like
understand.
that.
I understand.
This is such a zone removed.
Right.
How does one, how did you?
Basically, the first thing I read this article, right, and that's what clicked in me. So I thought this was very, very unique. I've never seen a film like this. That's the first point. And after that, while writing, I think,
What was that article about?
oh, it's about how sex workers changed their medium of work during the Corona lockdown. So that's what it was. And I thought it was very interesting. I thought I could make a film in it. And then more than a sex work, I was looking forward, I think I was looking for um, a mother and son here.
Right.
So that is coming personal from me. That is an expression from me as an artist. To be a little more personal, It's only been me and my mom all my life. So there has been instance from that I'm bringing here. When you talk about the psyche, it's just, I don't know, it's just how I think, I guess, right? I suppose you're talking about the dreams, or I don't know. It just comes. I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah.
And when I'm writing, because those things were never there, but then when you write, it just comes to you. It's maybe because of the films that I see, or but I did watch a lot of documentaries about sex workers and how, so maybe it's coming from there.
Right. Right. Now, the really interesting thing about this film is that it is not the story of a sex worker. It's
It
not
isn't.
like a. It's not like this happens and then this
Yeah,
happens and
yeah,
then this
yeah.
happens and this happens and whatever it is. So, though there is a linear progression of events, the more important thing is a kind of she's stuck in a cyclical
Yeah,
loop.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you're depicting in the
Yes,
movie. That
yes.
she's kind of
Mm-hmm.
it's the same
Mundane.
situation,
Yeah,
like kind
yeah,
of a thing.
yeah,
And I messaged you earlier. It vaguely reminded me of Jean
yeah,
Dielman,
yeah.
because that movie is also about
It is.
like a movie about you know a, a woman being stuck in a loop,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's
Sex
a
worker
sex
as well.
worker as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
When you decide to structure a movie like this,
Mm-hmm.
and given the fact that Tamil art cinema is not really a fully developed entity,
Yeah.
do you feel that you're narrowing the scope of your audience?
Yeah, I do. I knew that from the beginning. I knew that this isn't going to work mainstream, right? I don't think this works with everyone. You can't sit and watch it with everyone as well. And I knew that in the beginning, and that's why we worked it in this budget. Frankly speaking, I just wanted to make a film, all right? I wrote the script. I thought I can make it. So with what we had, with what we the resources that we had, we made this film. With the actors that we could find, we made the film. In fact, I give you an insight. The camera that you're shooting this interview with, that's the camera I used for my film. My friend gave me that. He loaned me that. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. I can my DOP, and I thought, yeah, we could work this out. It's just putting things out there. We want to express ourselves as an artist. That's the first thing that just popped into mind. If I had a phone, I would have shot with the phone. That's the technical aspect, but I understand where you're coming from. Yes, but this is the kind of films that I want to say, right? I want to say this, and I stand to that point.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right. So, did you go to college at all?
Of course I did. I
Okay.
studied visual communication. Yeah, I did.
Visual communication.
Yeah,
Okay. Did that help you?
of course.
Okay.
So if you take our structure, we don't tell everything, we don't spoon feed the audience, or we don't give the information away. So that comes from a very specific visual communication model, mass media model. So it is sender, the message, the medium, and then the receiver. He reads the message and he sends something back. So this is something that I believe in. So I only give half of it, and then the audience have to participate, they have to communicate, you know. So that comes from visual communication. And also visual communication is fun, man. There's photography, there's marketing,
Right.
films. I watched Gene, forgot the name. What's the name?
Dielman.
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, that's
yeah,
yeah,
I don't either. So I saw that in college. I saw The Bicycle Thief in college. I saw Taxi Driver in college. So it's fun. I have a theater in college. I like going to college.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you've decided to become a full-time filmmaker.
Yes,
Yes. So,
hopefully.
yeah, how difficult was it to make the film? I mean, your mother produced the film,
Yeah.
but how difficult was it to gather around a bunch of like-minded people, like your
Yeah.
very remarkable heroine, Vinitra
She is.
Menon? I mean, like, was it just a passion project for everybody, and they all said, "I just want to do this. I'm doing this for scale or
Mhm.
whatever it is," or
With the technical side, it was that, and more than that, it was doing it for me. Everyone, they were good at something, and I saw that, and I was like, hey, I'm doing this. You want to come on board? They're like, yeah, man, I'll do it for you. So it was basically that. With the actors, we had auditions. We tried a lot of big names as well, and Lakshmi Priya ma'am, so from Cardinal, she referred Vinny. So She read the script, but she couldn't do it at that point. So she referred Vinny, and I think Vinny took it seriously only. Of course, she read the script and she really liked it. That was there. It was very making the film is I think it's always difficult. Gathering people is much more difficult. Is what I think. Especially I shot with friends, so that's the worst part, because you can't really say anything else to them. Your relationship with them was affected. I don't know if it makes sense.
But doesn't it make it easier working with friends?
No, not at all. Oh my God, I haven't spoken to my DOP in a while.
Because of all the arguments you had?
Oh yeah, we had like a very good friendship. We used to make short films back then in college. It was fine then, but then this schedule is crazy. We shot in 27 days, and so we had to shoot at least 10 scenes a day, or we couldn't complete it in the budget that we had. So he was like, sorry, Sanjay, and all that. But now we're fine. But yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. You can't get work from them. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things you said that from visual communication, you get this thing about you're giving 50% to the audience and you want the audience to participate and bring the other 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the 50% things that I brought in was when the son asked the mother, what does my dad do? She says he's a director.
Yep.
As in, she told him that he was a
Yeah.
director. That's
Yeah.
because one of her regular clients is a director.
Yes.
And at that point, I was wondering, did she say this just because she was, you know, she had him as a regular client and immediately popped to her head
Yeah.
because, that's somebody she
Mm-hmm.
sees on a
Mm-hmm.
regular basis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's a director. Or did this sex worker allow herself to dream of a life with the director? You never explain this in the movie
I
because
don't.
it's not really explained.
Yeah.
But that's a nice like mid zone that you
Right.
allow the
Yeah.
audience into because
Mm-hmm.
you allow them to kind of say it could be this,
Mm-hmm.
it could also be that, and I wonder what it really is because
Yeah.
that's like in you usually in movies
Mm-hmm.
people like things spelt out because they think the audience should know which exactly it is,
Mm-hmm.
whereas you're in the zone where I don't want to spell it out because
Yeah.
I want the audience to decide what they want to see.
Right. Right. So coming to that point, it was her dreaming about being with the filmmaker, because she thinks she's in a relationship with him, but then to him it's purely physical, right? So she is dreaming, she's hoping that someday maybe uh, I might be with him, but then yeah. So that's about that. And same thing about spoon feeding, telling everyone do your part is not. I think that's very important, right? We are communicating something here, and there has to be something back. But I don't understand why bigger films do that. It's for the larger audience, but this film isn't for everyone, isn't it? It is for a niche. That's what
Right.
I believe it is.
Right. What do you think of the Tamil art film? I don't know if I should call it a movement yet because there's
Yeah,
been very few
yeah,
films so far. But what do you think about what's happening with Pebbles, Kurangal,
yeah,
with Nasir, with
yeah.
your film?
Right.
What is there? You see something happening there?
I don't know. I don't know about. I don't. I've heard about these films, but I haven't even seen these films. I haven't seen Kurangal. I've heard of Nazir. Because I don't know where to see them, and I hardly think there's a moment. I don't think there's anything like this any.
But they do get Rotterdam awards, and
Yeah, but
there's
where do I see it?
recognition.
Uh, Right?
Sorry.
Where do I see the film? Right? You go to festivals, you see these kind of films. As in, I don't think there's a specific moment. In fact, you don't get. The reason why those films aren't out is people don't believe in those films, and that's the most saddest part. It took me
Who doesn't believe in those films?
this
Distributors,
no,
the
not
system, the
distributors.
ecosystem.
Yeah, you can say that. It took me 2 years to get my film out. I finished it to 2021 in the December. 1 year. Look at me now. I look messed up. But yeah, it took me 2 years to get this film out. It was without that drive and passion. I don't know. But that's the thing about the scene here. There isn't a scene. That's what I believe. Maybe there is that I don't know of. Don't you think so? Don't you think so too?
I don't know because I end up watching these films at festivals, or
Lucky you.
I get screeners. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There does seem to be a movement, but then people ask me where can I see it, and
Right.
I don't know where to I don't know where to point
I
them
think
to.
you're very lucky at that point.
Sorry.
I think you're very lucky. You get to see all these films.
Well, that's not luck. It's part of the job. This is kind of so. But tell me one thing. So when you know that the scene is so difficult, right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
that selling maalaineramallipoo
yeah,
took what, 2 years? You're saying.
yeah, yeah.
So now are you rethinking your decision a bit to kind of, should I continue making these kind of films
Right.
which are individual, which have my voice, which
Yeah,
are small only in terms of
I understand. I understand.
scope and scale, and
Yeah,
not in terms of idea or vision?
right.
Does it kind of make sense to put in all this hard work, have a very small budget, put everything inside
Yeah.
there, then wait for a long time for somebody to appreciate it? Do you,
I don't know
is,
about the long time. I don't want to wait. Oh my God, that's hard. But yes, I do want my films to have that individualistic, unique factor in it, that it has my voice, especially, right? That's the whole point of this, right? The whole point of doing cinema for me, especially, is I don't talk much. I don't fit in very well. It's the only place that I feel comfortable in, right? I feel like I can say my stories. So that's what I want to do, but it necessarily doesn't have to be offbeat all the time. Maybe the next film that I'm thinking of can still be individualistic and can be mainstream as well, right?
what is your idea of a mainstream film that you can do?
Mainstream film,
Just name a film
like,
I could do something along these
or like
lines.
that.
Yeah. Just
Something, anything Mani Ratnam sir does, or
okay.
Kamal Hassan, his directorial films, anything that they do. Something like Hey Ram, for example. That's also a mainstream film,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
I saw it. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but so Virumandi, films like that, or Bombay.
You were probably born around the time Heron was released.
I was born in 2000. Was it?
Yeah, I think
Oh
so.
yeah, see, I didn't get to see all that.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
saw it in Prime. I saw it. So OTT Boom helped me
Yeah, yeah,
watch these films.
yeah.
So these are the kind of films that I probably, if I'm making a mainstream film, yeah, it has to have a sense of me in it. That's all I care about,
Right, right.
right? It has to be unique. It has to have a sense of me. But then the style and the way I'm presenting it can be mainstream and commercial. Not masala, but commercial, right? It can
Right.
have elements of that.
One of the things that, I mean, among the many things that the way you progress from wide shots, master
Hmm.
shots, to very, very claustrophobic shots,
Hmm.
especially one that takes place in a bathroom towards the
Yeah.
end, or even the fact that the title has like Mallipu, the word Mallipu, and you reference flowers constantly throughout the movie,
Yeah.
either in terms of is the pattern on bedspreads, or
Yeah.
it's somebody's wearing a flower patterned sari,
Yeah.
or there's even a woman called Malar,
Yeah.
in
Malar Kodi.
Malar Kodi.
Yeah.
So these kind of touches,
Hmm.
so to speak,
Yeah.
do they come while you're writing,
Yeah.
or do you have a basic outline written out and then you keep adding these touches?
Okay. So I'll tell you how I write, and then maybe that'll have the answer. So what for this film, basically what I did was I had a beat sheet, right? So I basically write the high points, but that only has where these characters are going, right? And it's like a map. You just go from here to here. But then while writing is only when these characters come in, especially those flower things and all of that, right? All of that comes in while I'm writing, as in I'm in that mode, right? I'm in this zone. So I think like that. I think when I'm writing it out, that's how I but the first thing is the beat sheet. I need to have where I'm going, and then the others I just have to write. It comes to me.
Right.
I think so.
Your film has chapter titles.
Yeah.
Why did you think they were necessary?
It was just a layer. It was a layer to the narrative. The first time I thought of it, I was thinking, what if Lakshmi is, um, quoting these parts of her chapter? I mean, a part of her life. She's saying Pukulum Kayam Chayam is the part when she happens to, hit, um, she gets mad at Karna and all that. So all of those scenes, I was thinking, what if Lakshmi is quoting her life, parts of her life. That's what it is. It just adds layer to the film,
Right.
right? Um, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
How do you direct your actors?
Oh, simple as that. I have very good actors.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything.
I do have to do something. I mean, so what I do is I basically give them. I had reading sessions in the beginning with Winnie, especially Nitra. So I have reading sessions with her. So there I set the tone, and then later it's just staging and everything. So Winnie has a theatrical background. So if I need 20%, she gives me 100. All I have to do is just take things from that, right? I just have to like, okay, this is what I need. I don't tell them how to act or anything. I just set the mood. I give them a brief description, and then they give me something. We do rehearsals, we stage it, and then we see how it works. And then sometimes I do this. Sometimes I stand behind the camera. I improvise things. I'm like, hey, do this, do that, and the kid had a little. He was doing a bit. He was doing serials, so he was a bit dramatic. I had to tone that down. And most of the others, all of them, they at least had like a Kutu Patra training or mini theater. All of them are new, but somehow they understood what I was trying to do. They was under, but also I wrote everything very descriptively. Like for example, if Winnie is doing this, that's also there. That's also there
Like
in
if you're
this.
shaking a leg.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's being very angsty or anything. She's biting her nails. All of those small, small things, whatever Lakshmi is thinking and what she does, all of that will be written. I'm very descriptive when I write. So I think that handles most of the things.
Right. Right. What I find really inspiring about you is this fact that you just said, I'm going to finish my visual communication,
Yeah,
do the kind of film exactly the way I want to,
yeah.
and put it out there, right?
Hmm.
Because many people have a long wait, or they get into something else, they
Yeah.
become an AD, they do that, whatever it is. You never felt like you wanted to become an assistant director? That was not.
I think I think a lot of people might, well, they might have a different opinion, but I think the main thing for a director is to convert what is there on paper to a visual or a life. I thought I can do that. I can write my script. I think I can do this as well. I have a team who can help me out. So I did it, and that was the thing. Assistant, I still get it. I still get after the film is released, and someone called me and he was like, "Yeah, you did a very good job, but you know what? You must go and learn. You must be an assistant. You have to do all of that." It's like, sure, if I don't mind learning, but for this film, I thought I could do it. If I can, if I was convinced that I can tell this story neat at least. Not great, but I know I can just convey this well. So that's why I did it. Maybe if someone can take another route, it's not how you go, how you reach the destination. It's just,
So your suggestion to people who want to make movies is just go ahead and make it.
yeah, you can make a film on your phone. Why? The whole point of technological advancement is this. I'll give you another insight. You saw the film, right? What do you think about the foley? I mean, it was minimalistic. That was recorded in my phone. I can show you that. We did that. I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
just to
audio.
explain, you're talking a bit about the sound work. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
like sounds like these
Yeah,
or
yeah,
anything. Wait,
yeah.
I'll show you. Let's have to come. Okay. But anyway, I don't know about the sound. But if you can see
Keep it
that,
near your mic so that.
oh yeah, all of these sounds. It was recorded in this phone with I don't know anything about audio, anything. But all I saw was YouTube videos. I was like, okay, can I do this? Can I do that? You have to do a little bit of work in the post, like EQ and everything. But it's the passion that matters, right? It's it can kill you, right? The weight can kill you, but you must be that passionate about this. You must just have that drive, I don't know, that's something that I have. I'm very passionate about films. I can fail, maybe this film doesn't work, but I'll come back again. That's the whole point of this.
Right.
Anyone who's passionate, just go ahead, make the film.
Lovely. So thanks so much for making this film,
Yeah,
for giving Tamil cinema a new voice,
thank you.
and I just think you're this huge inspiration for a lot of people who want to make films
Yeah,
but are slightly, you know because they're still in that commercial mode. They kind of, this is an option as well.
Yeah.
I just hope that in the next few years, it becomes easier to make these films.
I hope so too.
And
I really hope so.
yeah,
But I think there's a start already, with
Yeah.
Neelam Productions. They have they're producing smaller niche films as well.
yeah,
So I think there's a start.
Right.
And the fact that my film got out,
yeah.
you know,
So, in case somebody right now has a film ready,
Hmm?
but they're looking for an OTT platform to buy it, what's the way to go about it?
there's no right way to do it. For me, what happened was okay, this is something that every independent filmmaker has to go. I got scammed last year. So I did this press meet kind of thing, and there's someone who saw my work and he told me, come, I'll sell it to Amazon. I'm saying these names because I'm pretty sure that there are these people, there's these middlemen who are doing this to a lot of small time filmmakers, and it kills them. Wow. It happened to me too. So they'll say, sign the film for 3 months, and they'll take it up. There's no way that Amazon is taking your film right away, right? That's like 1% chance. So they'll do this, and wow, we'll be so desperate that we'll be like, take this money, film
Oh, you
Nandha
pay
Poto.
them?
Yeah,
Oh.
to the middleman, and they get commission also. But all they're trying to do is scam you. They take 6 months of your life. That's what happened to me. They took 6 months of my life, and then I met this person. I met AP International, Sanjay Narayanan, and he was nice. He helped me out, and that's how they pitched the film. You can't directly pitch the film to the OTT platforms. I don't think that's an option as of now. But also, I have to mention this. This summit that happened, Dakshin. There I met the CEO of AHA.
Okay.
So yeah, so Tyagarajan sir and Tulsi from CII, they helped me put my trailer in the summit, and I think they saw the trailer, and I think they showed interest, and so he connected me to AHA. Uh, so that's how this happened to me. But it's very hard to pitch your film or reach out to an OTT platform. You get standard replies.
Nice.
Post theatrical, we will value the film. This is what I get.
But it's good. That's actually a good thing, because you're saying that it's important to attend networking events.
Yeah, it is very important. It
Yeah.
is very, very important. Especially like Dakshin. I also met you there, right? So that's very, very important. You get to see everyone there. There was master classes and everything. So that's a very, very important thing. Networking is is very important for filmmakers, you know?
Yeah. So look forward to the next film.
Yeah.
And do you have something in mind?
Yeah, I do. I do have 2, 3 scripts. I'm very scared of one. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But the other one is, uh, I don't know. I have
Right.
to. I have to write. I still haven't processed this yet.
Right.
Took me a while to. I think the post that thing will be there.
Right.
I don't know if I'm. Sorry, I'm a little nervous still. But I have to owe it to you guys. I have to owe it to you for learning cinema, right? I read your reviews. I read your analysis and everything. That's how I think I have a certain
You're
unique
being too
voice.
kind. You're a festival educated guy. Yeah, that's
That's also there, but
Yeah.
getting into films,
Yeah.
Abhishek Raja, fully filming. So that's when I knew that there was filmmakers like Scorsese and everything. You know, I think they have a huge impact. You guys have a huge impact in the pop culture of us kids.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
I have to tell this to you.
all the best, and look forward to whatever's next.
Thank you.
And I hear you have a birthday coming up soon. So
Yes.
yes, you're going to be 23.
Oh my
So,
God, yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Holidaysnale ನಮ್ಮ GT Holidays தான் South India's #1 travel brand.
Learn from over 250 musical courses from 6 different genres. Visit bmusician.com.
மருத்துவத்துறை சார்ந்த படிப்புகளுக்கு விநாயகா மிஷன் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் அலைட் ஹெல்த் சயின்சஸ் சென்னை, சேலம், புதுச்சேரி.